This is a lethal, right? 100%. Not 100%. So. Still need a Corpsicle. There you go. No, that's what I call, like, you know, a skill. Forgot about that stuff. Oh, Mr. Plaggy. Oh my god, so much time since I played a Plague DK, right? Oh, dude, that was a really great year for a Plague DK. I played it so much fun though. I'm actually a little sad that it rotates, right? And do we have enough damage to kill him all? I'm not sure. It's a 6, it's a 9, it's a 10. We have enough damage, right? It depends on what he plays on. Oh my. Now do we have enough? No, we don't, right? No, we have 10 mana, exactly now. Nice, bro, nice. Oh, what a good farewell to the deck, right? What a good farewell to the deck with a Helya, bro. That's what I call, like, you know, that's what I call a Helya deck. Helya won us a game. One. It's like, it's a last hour, like, according to the chat, it's a last hour for before the rotation, and Helya did this thing yet again. Won us a game, right? No, man. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Have you ever seen or even thought of the combo? Oh my bro. Who else would try it if not me, right? I'm showing it one time. That is how you win games right now. How are you doing there? This dude will have nightmares today. That was not even close, right? Top 100. Today we're testing the waters with an, like, you know, an FFU DK that was pretty good before the Zerg expansion. This one was the best list I came up with before the, like, you know, the new mini set hit, and now all of a sudden, like, a lot of cards are actually nerfed, and maybe that is like the deck that can actually do well against that. There are a lot of aggro going on so far, and an FFU didn't like have so much of a problem to deal with an early aggression, like getting all the minions on the board. Because you have like you have the cards to actually fight for tempo. You have the card to actually push in for some extra damage. This specific like version of the deck that I ran before was with a busy Peon, with a prison of Yogg-Saron here. You know, let's try to have some fun here so far. Like, this deck was extremely good, doing extremely well before the mini set. So, you know, I guess that's the time for us to test it again. So let's jump right in. Yes, a druid, okay. Well, I've seen some kind of like tempo druid going on so far, but some decks, some druid decks that I saw are a little slow. Reska is here, by the way. 420 again, right? After the nerfs. Down with the ship is probably something I don't really want against a druid, considering, like, you know, how many games I played with an FFU, bro. This is a pretty decent start so far, and a Helya for us. That's pretty good. Considering how, like, how much they actually like to draw. Well, it depends on what kind of druid we have. If that is a hero power druid, that might be a problem, but a lot of people, as far as I see, try a tempo, right? Try a tempo druid. So do we want some, you know, some frost spells here? The busy Peon is good enough. I guess that's fine enough for us. Maybe this version of the deck actually needs to cut out one Remorseless Winter and get another Harbinger of the Winter. It's kind of like an interesting consideration. Chillfallen Baron is like with the 2 copies of win. Maybe a second Harbinger is all we need. Like, we have a lot of actual frost spells here. Maybe there is something, you know. 0 mana snake. Well, sign me up. That's pretty cool. Do we need mind casualties here? Do we actually need to draw another Pro spell? It feels like he is not like good enough in his hand. So let's apply some extra pressure here. Like the only downside is that if we top deck a Brittlebone Buccaneer, but I guess Helya turn 4 is kind of like strong enough by itself already. So we'll see what's up. It's kind of like two pretty good death rattles for us right now. One is a discount for 2 potential of a top deck, and another one is kind of like, you know, to draw. Desert Nesmatron is 3/5, okay, for the, like a pre-nerf version, right? And so that is, with the Groovy Cat, I know for sure that that is a hybrid, right? A Dragon Hero Power hybrid. We have a clear force 3/5 here. And the Helya is out, for example. We can do a Gorgonzormu here. It's kind of like a decent minion for 4. Like, are we in a rush for Helya here? I'm not sure. Not sure if we're in a rush here. I guess a Gorgonzormu is kind of like good enough. So do we trade here or not? Like, that's my question here. Do I want Corpsicle right away? I guess not. Don't really feel like it, unfortunately. Maybe that could be like a little more mana efficient because we have like all 4 and 2 mana cards, but we'll see what's up. So we actually have to play a Helya and Mining Casualties at some point for it to be really strong for us, right? Spreads a ward to draw, and another one. Oh my! Now I actually, you know. He doesn't have like that many draws anymore, so that was probably like better to play a Helya. But like our cheese is kind of like developed here. Like, do we want to remove a 3/3 here? That's my question. No, we don't. Now we have an Ethereal Oracle. And a really good next turn, right? Ethereal Oracle into Horn of the Winter, into Remorseless Winter to clear out all those small minions so far. He might just like, you know, use a hero power just to remove a 4/4 here. And this way an Ethereal Oracle plus a Horn of the Winter plus a Remorseless Winter actually clears the board and does some damage into his face, which is like decent enough. Ghost face, interesting. There was a slight misplay by him. That might actually cost him a game. Because he had to remove that city. Well, I guess he never expects anyone to actually run a good DK here, right? So it's Prisoner of Yogg-Saron for 5. Do we want like a Horn of the Winter into Mining Casualties or into 3 drops here? Has 7 mana. He didn't ramp up, right? He didn't ramp up. Let's go. Let's go with the cheese. Let's apply some pressure here, you know? That's a pirate. Interesting. That's a pirate, bro. Pretty cool stuff going on. As well, there is an Artemis finally for him. A top deck, right? No, just a Chrono boost. So he wants another construct like this. And an Artemis now, right? That's 9 damage into our face, though. But we are trying lethal here, so he has to train a little, at least. Well, he doesn't know that we're trying lethal, but, like, you know... I guess he has to understand that. Let's try to, like... that can be a lethal, right? Yeah. Trolley problem, let's say. That's awesome. Oh, that is good. That is good enough. Strong Return is not really like good enough, so... Corpsicle. For clear, 6 damage into his face. Corpsicle is kind of like, you know, good and strong. Let's go. I do want a 3/3 here. I kind of want this alive for some reason. Because it denies him a possibility of Furin's Gift, right? I'm not sure he runs one, but it can be a city. I feel like generate anything so far for this to be applicable, but I kind of think it is good. Okay, there's a lot of damage in your face now. Single on body. How much damage is it? 880? 16, 21. 20 strong. That's a pretty good hybrid zone. Couldn't do anything about it, unfortunately. With a start like this, with both of the groovy gods, and final like Artemis, and it's all of the constructs and like all of this pressure, that's kind of like too much. Whatever DK you play, you need like gazillion towns, right? You need like an airlock breach to survive that. You need to run exactly like a rainbow version. Well, happens, right? Let's try Warlock, alright? There are like what? I've seen there are like insanity Warlocks right now popping off. Horn of the Winter is out, this is out, like my Casualties is probably in. And let's see what's up. We need like turn 1, turn 2. Okay, I don't know. Horn of the Winter is not like a really good top deck, but like, you know, it is what it is. But it is what it is. Oh, Sludge Warlock, okay. Sludge Warlock. So he will probably have Forge Your Wills, Waste Remover 5/7. As I saw it like that is probably a Splintered Worm, right? Something like this, which is kind of like strong. So let's do Will of the board here. That's a 6/8 town on turn 4. 6/8 town on turn 4. Because that is pretty much the only things that he can forge. And here's a Forge of Wills for 3. Like a pre-nerf version for a perfect curve here. Let's draw. We need a draw. We need to find something like a Brittlebone Buccaneer here. Finding a Brittlebone Buccaneer is extremely huge. Because that's a 6/8 rush right there. And a 6/8 tone. Brittlebone Buccaneer might just like give us a couple of Dreadhounds here, which might be you know, extremely crucial for us. Well, here you go, found one. Horizon Sage, oh my, that is a really strong room. Horizon Sage is extremely strong here. Because we have a lot of like reborn minions and things like this. Reska is buffed, and it's like 10 mana already. I guess after we trade everything, it will be kind of like free. Here's a Sludge. It doesn't do us anything so far. He probably wants to... I don't even know. He wants to go 6/6 in a phase, right? Because like killing anything else is kind of like, you know, not really good. But at that point, that is actually a thank you. Let's go, and let's go for trades. And let's go for the trades. Come on, hit minions. Don't hit the face, thank you. I would really appreciate that. Don't hit the face, come on. Did you guys see that? That's what I call a bad luck, though. That's what I call a bad luck. Do it like you in one man. I kind of want to maximize here. It's just like whatever that is thinking, at least. At least that happens for us. We clear the board. The Forge of Wills require a huge minion right now. The best top deck for him is probably like a Waste Removal here. Furnace Fuel for 3 just to draw a couple of cards, which is decent. Another Furnace Fuel. So he skips the whole turn, gives us like whatever we want here. Right? And what I want is 10 damage into your face plus 5 permanent burn, and you're kind of low. You have to actually, you know, think that through. We're slaying lethal big time here, like whatever cards we have. He has to find a way to actually deal with that board. Chaos Creation doesn't like solve things, so he has a couple of sludges on the bottom of his deck, right? Well, here you go. The 3/5 for him. Not really a good one, but the Monstrous Form plus a Rush, that is strong. Don't get me wrong. That's strong. We can steal it if we want. Can steal it if we want. Have a Corpsicle here. That's interesting though. I kind of want to steal it, right? We can try to find a lethal here, right? We can try to find Corpsicle down with the ship as a lethal. This is a lethal, right? 100% though. Not 100%. So. Still need a Corpsicle. There you go. No, that's what I call, like, you know, a skill. That's how you win games, bro. That's like as it is. You just have to understand like what we want in this game, right? Ethereal Oracle was a crazy top deck for us. Ethereal Oracle after like after trade was crazy good. For us, like, we didn't have enough mana. Like, we had enough damage, right, in hand, but we didn't have enough mana to execute it. We could do, like, at least, like, a Remorseless Winter. That's about it. And after that, a Corpsicle. But I guess we would do a Corpsicle anyway, right? I guess we would do a Corpsicle anyway, because a Corpsicle will return that as an extra damage next turn. It could be like really hard, like whatever that is, for him to find a way out of that game anyway. Sludge Warlock was like not even a thing back in the days when this FFU was like doing extremely well on the ladder. And nothing changed so far. The only thing is like Sludge Warlock is actually good against some kind of like mid-range, because they don't really have high removals. Like a mid-range like this, like for example like a regular Temper Druid, right? This kind of mid-range stuff. Because a hybrid might just like, you know, might just hire all like the last ones that we faced, and you know, could be. Okay, he got a perfect curve, bro. Give me a break, zone. It's like it can be worse. Well, it can be worse if he has a Desert Nesmatron into another dragon. That is like, give me a break. If he has a Desert Nesmatron into another dragon, that is like huge. Let's hope he does. But 0 mana Snake, well, my friend, that is something though. Still one on the board. Remorseless Winter for us. I kind of like the Remorseless Winter here, just like Corpsicle. We need to draw, we need to clear. All the good stuff. I want a reboard on a Harbinger. I'm not sure I'm winning actually this game. This is just like too good of a start. He probably got an MC tech from an ADC. Like if he has a good ADC, that is probably a mind control tech, and if he has a mind control tech, there can be a huge problem for us. So here we do like a Brittlebone into Harbinger, eh? And feel good about it. And feel good about it. The problem is that he has a pie somewhere in his deck. The problem is that he has... Here's a Desert Nesmatron. He just like didn't have like another dragon and a marine. Bro. Just top deck a dragon, right? For a perfect one. Dude, and I have 5 mana. Can be a game though. Can be a game. You have to do a Remorseless Winter here. That was a ship. 0 help so far. Corpsicle for us. Well, a Corpsicle is fine. Corpsicle is fine, I guess. Let's just do this for now. Please remove a 6/6, right? It's a lot of damage into our face. A 4-2 on the board is not really bad, because a Dreadhound will trade. But we need a Prison of Yogg-Saron, I guess, to try to win that game out. With this, as I said, like with a start like this, it is too much. And a ramp up after ramp up after ramp up, and the Marine is here already. He has 10 mana. We have like 6. And Zarek's crown for 0, bro. Give me a break. And Nene, oh my god. I don't believe like we have a chance to actually survive till Prison of Yogg-Saron here. 6 mana for Reska. Well, we can freeze, right? We can freeze. There is a chance for us to freeze here. It's pretty much 0 downside. And trust in the Prison of Yogg-Saron next, alright? Yeah, it's pretty decent. Okay. Let's do that for now. And swipe here, okay. Well, we still have our route, right? And Prison of Yogg-Saron gonna win us a game, obviously. We can clear like the whole board easily. Even do a lethal damage into his face. With a decent amount of luck. There are no other options for us, right? No other, like a Dreadhound -2, Brittlebone away here, Brittlebone 3 -3. That is 3 mana. That is a. Hold on. We'll kind of like have options, right? Well, we kind of like have options here. But we need like a huge steal over there. Nixia was 25%. Is it like happening? Like it can be a turning point, like a way for us to win the game. 25% from a Reska. 25% from a Reska. We can increase it, right? And attack with a Dreadhound after, in case. But an A2 is kind of like bad for us. It's like 25% of a Reska or Prison. That's 27 damage, so it's kind of like lethal instantly if you don't really roll a Prison of Yogg-Saron, but I'm kind of feeling lucky a little here. I mean, I'm not feeling lucky. I feel like a Reska is not a lucky one for us. Could be 288. That's a really bad one. Unfortunately. I'm done here. A really bad one, though. Bad Yoggism. Well, as I said, we had a chance here, but like, we could do no, 25% for an 88 is kind of like the only thing that actually saves us here. As unfortunate as it is. If we increase the chances to 40 to still want an Ixia, the second one might be still alive. And we kind of like still have like 20% to roll exactly our, right? Exactly our Ixia that we need. So it's kind of like not an increase of a chance, it's kind of like a downside of it. Not really good, so... Unfortunate. Well, now knowing that a Yogg didn't like give us whatever it is, even a fight over could be to fight over with 2 Anixias, right? A fight over that actually selects 2 Anixias, and that could be like a turning point here, because he doesn't like we remove Anixias, he doesn't have a lethal, and like a Prison of Yogg-Saron is here, so we kind of like have to survive with just like one more, and a Reska is still in our hand with a Brittlebone, so it's kind of like could be the way, but yeah, fight over didn't work out. No other good spells. That is what it is. Even some kind of like black hole could like clear the board, like a simple random black hole though. No highlight for us here today, guys. No highlight. I actually have to probably like do something like this. Floating hair right there. Floating. Oh man. We can do down the ship here. It's kind of like a discover one, right? Let's go. Why not? We hope for a top deck of anything that costs 3 or less. And after that we play Helya probably. Because if he has an Exarch, we're playing Helya 100%. Oh my god, that is a Mr. Starship. Ho, 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 ho. It's a Mr. Starship Hunter zone. It's 100% hero power face, so I actually want to do that. We're either winning him early or we are losing badly against the Starship because he'll have it Sisless, right? Sisless is 15 discounted already. Oh, we'll see what happens. So. Good old Starship into like a Sisless scenario. But I guess he needs like a lot of time for this to happen. Bird watching. Let's hope for an Orangar Scout here. No, it's not Orangar Scout. Okay. Maybe he wants an Exarch. Maybe. Maybe not. I guess we need a Helya 100% here. We need a Helya here. We need to disrupt his discovers here. To limit his options, right? Oh. And hope for him to draw Holy Packs, obviously, because that is a minion on the board. Has to deal with it. That's huge. That's actually pretty huge. Was a Baron, I think. Pretty cool. Forge, okay. That was pretty cool though. Well, we have a really good 5 mana turn. I want like a Gorgonzormu here. I guess not. This gives us a reborn. I guess that's a little more mana efficient. I like it a little more. Now we need to like play Mining Casualties as much as possible for Horizon Sage to be really good at some point, like when it goes out. That's a lot of damage to his face. Arcanine Defense Crystal, okay. Corners of Winter for us. Well, we have Remorseless Winter into hero power to clear 5/5 and safeguard Brittlebone. Do we want that zone? I kind of want a Horizon Sage here, unfortunately. Let's do that. Draw a card here. Oh, and a Zero Oracle. Okay. Now I don't really want to spend a Corners of Winter because I have an Ethereal Oracle. Otherwise, Gorgonzormu could be a really good option here, but this is a little better. There's a little like better flood of the board here. Oh my god. Turn 6 he drew 3 blacks, bro. That is huge. That is huge for us. So. That is kind of like, you know, that is a smile of a winning game, right? When he draws 3 blacks, still turn 6. After Helya, so it was like after turn 4 for us. In 2 turns, like 3 blacks, but having like a full deck here. Presenting Yogg-Saron for us. For us, right? For us. Ethereal Oracle into Corners of Winter. It's a 5 mana for us, Remorseless Winter, and a Snake Oil. Set me up, right? Let's draw our hand here. We need some options from Corpsicles and things like this. Have 4 mana Corpsicle here for 1. And a Snake Oil for 0. That's pretty cool. Have 7 damage. Maybe Remorseless Winter is not like that great. Maybe not. Maybe it's kind of like green. Because it costs a lot, right? But getting a use for a Corpsicle is extremely important here. Let's do something like this. I kind of like this turn a little more. Because we're kind of like starting a lethal here, right? Well, he doesn't really know that we have it, but We're kind of like threatening that stuff. Well, he knows 100% that we have it, right? Like, but he needs to play something out. Other barrage. And he probably launches here, right? Top deck of a Reska, instant win. Top deck of a... You didn't launch? Bro, what are you doing? You're dead. Like, I'm telling you this. You're kind of like that then. It's not when you had to launch, because you have 2 Arcanite defense crystals here. You had to launch them, fortunately for you. Okay, here's an explosive trap, obviously. As I think about it, I made a mistake, right? I had a lethal here. As I think about it, I made a mistake. Now I don't... Oh, now I do have enough mana zone. Forgot about that stuff. Oh, Mr. Plaggy. Oh my god, so much time since I played a Plague DK, right? Oh, dude, that was a really great year for a Plague DK. I played it so much fun though. I'm actually a little sad that it rotates, right? Just a little. Titans. Dude, Titans was a great expansion there. Helya was like all over the place, right? That was really good. That's a good nostalgia right there already, right? She didn't rotate it yet, but she will like in a couple of days. And we're never playing it again. Such a cool card. So. Probably one of the most exciting cards, like overall, at all, like in the last year at least. So before obviously StarCraft expansion, because the StarCraft expansion just like killed everything, like killed the control like archetype like overall. And Helya is like good only in like mid-range control, and there were like a lot of aggro, so it made it like worthless there. I suppose nothing cool, why not? Kind of really my coin here. It's a turn 3 Brittlebone into a Dreadhound. That is, that is a Cine. It might be another Sludge or whatever that is. Not sure yet, but we'll see. Okay, so that is an Insanity Warlock. Okay, Insanity Warlock is strong. Insanity Warlock is kind of like strong. Let's limit the damage here into our face. And let's see what's up. Let's see what he plays on. Conductor is strong already, right? So, oh, he skips a turn. Skips a turn. Okay. Well, we try here. Kind of feel like we have to like do this. We need a Horns of Winter. The Horns of Winter. Horizon Sage is really good when you have Mind Casualties like going on for you on the board, but Charlie problem, my assistant coil, no problem. It's a Horizon Sage plus a board clear, potentially. It's pretty good. Oh, no, it's kind of not, right? Well, it is still, but made it a little worse though. Okay, let's kill that second. Oh, come on here, okay. What do we want here? Mind Catalyst, I guess? Let's go. We need to get on board. We need another Horizon's Edge, hopefully, as a top deck. Well, here's a Crates Conductor. Well, at least we'll clear with our Remorseless Winters that we have right there. At least that happens for us. Let's go. Ethereal Oracle. Well, we need some spells. Well, that's a spell. Well, then that's a clear. That's pretty good. Do we leave a Horizon Sage here? I guess we do. He might have another one as a top deck or whatever that is. Might need that damage to his minions here. Franklin. We didn't find Helya yet, unfortunately. Well, if he had planks in the bottom, sure he would just like, you know, he'll just burn them, but that is kind of like better for him, but you know what I mean. Minus a Popgar as an Insanity Warlock. What? Oh, so that is a hybrid with a slot shenanigans out there. Dude, what am I even seeing there? What is that? What is that, man? What is that Pokemon zone? Do I have a lethal potential here? Like, let's see what we draw. As a Corpsicle, couple of Corpsicles here so far for us. Damage goes here. Not having a Popgar means that he pretty much doesn't really have a heal. So Corpsicle is pretty good in both of those. 6 damage per turn. While the Bartender is if everything goes wrong. Let's do that for now. Well, we're kind of like external lethal, obviously, but I guess we will deal with the board and has sludges at least, right? Waste removal. Okay, here moves it like this, and dispose all. Fine. Well, he just like needs one, right? That's the way. Has 10 damage. We need to hit him, well, how many times? 3 times to have a lethal, right? What if I remove like this thing? Sludge 10, we're at 10, and we play a couple of Dreadhounds here. How about that? Looks pretty solid. Is there a way for him to remove those? No believe so, right? We just like need a little more damage, that's it. That's like basically it though. A couple of Dreadhounds, and a Corpsicle into his face. How about that? Looks pretty solid though. Do something like this. As much damage to his face as possible. A Dreadhound is kept alive, obviously. Oh, come on. 3 hits and into a waste removal. We need a damage into his face, but we're kind of like a setup. We have a setup for a lethal here. If he doesn't find a way to kill us right away, or heal some way, well, he shouldn't be able to. Oh, he has a weapon, right? Has a weapon for a heal. But you know. He burned all the 3 sledges here that he had on the bottom of his deck. What does he have? Like, is there a 0 chance he had like 10 damage, right, in his face? But is there a way for him to heal? And the answer is yes, right? There is a way for him to heal, to get out of lethal. But Dreadhounds are extremely annoying for sludge. Oh, Crescendo. Crescendo is something. If he has a second one. And one. Well, not sure. I guess if he had a lethal, he would play. But he still lacks 3 damage. He still lacks 3 damage. Here's another Crescendo, right? No, again Tosser. Hold on, that is enough, right? No, he was a one-off, and that's... Where did you get another sludge? Where did you get another sludge, though? My god, where? Where did you get the fourth one, bro? Sludge on the wheels is 2, plus a... whatever. I don't really know where he got the fourth one. I was like convinced that he doesn't have it. But... And a Trog Gemtoss, bro. At that point of the game, that is the most damage you could do into someone's face. That's huge. Got everything lined up for him. So, you know, it is what it is. Mind Casualties, Chillfallen 0. Oh, Mind Casualties is something. I was thinking like a spell mage. Someone played a spell mage there lately. Mind Casualties plus Horizon Sage is pretty good, but thinking that Mind Casualties will actually survive till turn 4, and it's kind of like too ambitious though. Kind of like too ambitious though. Let's see my friend, what is up? Draw is a lane game here. Not feeling well about this one. If there is a spell, if there is a spell mage, you might actually have a chance. Turn 1 keyboard. Is that even good? Not really, right? You have to do it turn 2 and turn 3. Spot the difference, like potentially. It's a little better. Coin into like one. I don't know what kind of guy you are. Shield better, okay. So that is a Protoss Mage, right? Protoss Mage. Let's see if we are any good against that stuff. We don't really have rats, we don't really have anything like this, and like that works pretty well against Colossuses, but we're kind of like a fuzz deck. I am not sure he has like the guts to actually do something about a 3-4 in terms of things. Decent. We have a Horizon Sage, so we don't really care about like a trading here. And he's never trading here, so my Casualties will stick and we'll see what he plays out. Primordial Glyph. Malfunction. 0 cares in the World Zone. Miracle Salesman. Awesome. So now we have a clear, plus some use for the ghouls, which is pretty good. Okay. All is done. And I go here. And Horizon Sage is still on the board. Well, the only problem for us is that we don't really have a good continuation. All we have playable for our next turn is a Miracle Salesman. We need to go top deck, and that is, well, kind of good, actually. Don't get me wrong. That's kind of good. Okay, killed that one. Well, did some damage to his face. Not too bad. Above the Bartender for our next turn, but I guess it will have 0 use. I'm just guessing here. But we can draw. We can draw with copies. And what do we want from here? From copies, though. Marrows, right? A lot of marrows, but we don't really have a corpses for it. Maybe we should go for a 3-drop, by the way, just to get something on the board. It's 3 mana, 4/5, which is like decent. Plus some kind of discover a warp gain. Okay, so he skips the turn here. Well, not much, because a Void Ray is out. Don't really want like to draw anything so far with above the Bartender. We can draw with a Snake Oil and try to find some Death Rattle minions and clear that scene with a Corpsicle. We can do that. And like hope. Not sure. I guess that is a little more efficient. We have a really high chance for this. Let's hope for a top deck of a Remorseless Winter here. Didn't happen for us. Do I want to leave a Horizon Edge here? I kinda do. This was pretty great. Messes up his curve a little. But we don't really have a Helya, unfortunately, for us. Well, if both of the Colossus is kind of like bottom 2 cards, and a bottom 3rd card is like, I don't know. Well, both of the Colossus is bottom 2, but I guess with a Chrono Boost, he should be able to actually find both of them, right? He doesn't play like 2 cards. He has like 3 damage. Shield Battery. 3 damage stuffing. And a Resonance Coil. Well, maybe a Colossus is actually in the bottom of his deck. Maybe that is, maybe that is happening for us. We have a Prison of Yogg-Saron here. We can like do that. Well, we are still kind of safe. Maybe that actually can turn the game on. Because like our turn here is like what, a Gorgonzormu plus a Corpsicle. Hope for a full block clear. Have a 4/4 on the board when expansion. I guess somewhere like somewhere near that time. I've seen like the quest line is over. I got a notification, so I guess it's today. I guess like when the new day comes, something like this. Whatever server you're playing on. Prison of Yogg. Well, I kind of feel like a Prison of Yogg. I don't know. It's more mana efficient, like more fun this way, I would say. Oh. Breakdance. Oof. Rock and roll. That is strong. Ooh. Ooh. That was pretty good. That was actually a pretty good Yogg though. A lot of mana. Really bad Nagas though, unfortunately. But a rock and roll is huge. The only problem for us is that we're still dying to Colossus, right? Still dying to Colossus, because we don't really have like a health generation here. We cannot like out-heal that stuff. Dreadhound. Horizon Edge is pretty decent here, right? Yeah, fine. Obviously. Okay, we have a Reska here. We need a Brittlebone Buccaneer, I would say. We need a Brittlebone Buccaneer, and we need to actually play out a Reska. I guess as soon as the first Colossus is out, we have to do a Reska, right? Instantly. For potential certain mins. Well, maybe. I'm not sure actually when the new convention comes out. Like I don't really follow that stuff. Like I don't really have enough time to read through all of the news and things like this. Like I just come here to play the game when I have time. That's about it. And that's about it, bro. Sorry about that. Not really as a guy to to ask for the news. So. Okay, let's see what a Prison of Yogg actually gives us. This is 3 damage. Ooh. Draw a couple of rush minions. Shadow Word Balloon. Oh. Observer of Mysteries is actually pretty strong. You think 30 minutes? Could be wrong. As I said, don't really know. Observer of Mysteries is out, obviously. Maybe let's draw here. I don't think it doesn't do anything good. Oh, here's a Brittlebone Buccaneer finally for us. We can actually place it out. And do a Dreadhound. Kind of like that idea. Let's do damage. If he plays a Colossus right away, that is extremely bad for us. But I cannot play Reska this way, unfortunately. I cannot like actually plus a rotation. Well, yeah. I was just saying that you know, that this card right there. Where is it? Helya. Oh my, rotation of a Helya. That's so unfortunate. Explosive runes plus a Bane. That is strong for us. And do we have enough damage to kill him all? I'm not sure. It's a 6, it's a 9, it's a 10. We have enough damage, right? It depends on what he plays out. Oh my. Now do we have enough? No, we don't, right? No, we have 10 mana, exactly now. Nice, bro, nice. Oh, what a good farewell to the deck, right? What a good farewell to the deck with a Helya, bro. That's what I call, like, you know, that's what I call a Helya deck. Helya won us a game one. It's like, it's a last hour, like, according to the chat, it's a last hour for before the rotation, and Helya did this thing yet again, won us a game, right? No, man. I'll miss that card so much, but for now, guys, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed what you saw there. As I said, like, there was a tribute farewell to an FFU DK. Well, in a version like that we play right now, after rotation, probably like a Helya will go out. Probably some changes to the deck will apply, but as far as it is, and Reska is out. Reska is out. Without a Reska, a DK, oh man, DK is kind of like much worse. But I hope they will actually release some cool cards. I've seen like they will release the cards that are good for control, right? For control scene going on. And paired with an Earl of Breach and stuff like this, there might be still a thing for control, like Rainbow DK or something like this. With a Simulating Blight, it might be a cine, because there are like Dark Gifts and things like this. But yeah, that was a fun ride for an FFU. Thank you everyone for watching. But for now, that is it for this deck, and bye-bye.